Hello everyone and welcome back to Addo's Playtime. Today we're jumping back into Oxygen Not Included, and today's episode will be mostly about landing on other planets. It is time to go exploring on some, more interesting, less hospitable places. We'll venture out to some of the other things that we have discovered in the recent future, and I believe that the first one we'll probably just try to land on is Toxiol. Now there's two reasons for that. Number one, if we screw anything up, I'm pretty sure the transporter takes us there. And number two, it's just closer. I don't think there's really anything we want over here. It says that it has an iron volcano. I don't really want that. This has nothing but water, regolith planet with a steam vent, but Toxiol here has gold meteor showers, has a whole bunch of volcanoes we can tame, and this particular minor volcano. We might even be able to just, make a base there and have some livable area there. Not a bad idea, especially with all the gold we're going to have there. We'll have a resource for all kinds of stuff. It also has quite a bit. It's a swampy-ish biome, so we should be able to get our gold amalgam back up and at the same time bring back some more stuff to here through these supply teleporter outputs. So we can teleport things back here as soon as we give it a base and, restock ourselves on this base if we ever needed to. There is the interplanetary launchers as well, but I'm not really interested in that all just yet. So I did some exploring and some research on the saunas here, and I believe what it is that is causing us the biggest problem is the fact that we are just not enough carbon dioxide and too much steam. So I'm going to try to milk out as much steam as I possibly can. Unfortunately, the pressure down here just wasn't high enough to stop the polluted water from off-gassing. So we do have some polluted oxygen floating around. We might try to take care of that in the background as well. Another thing that we'll probably be doing in the background while we're shooting ourselves rockets to space is probably kind of clean up the pipes overlay. I have some zigzaggy things going this way and that way, and basically I kind of like this over here. This is pretty much solidly done. I would say I'm probably not going to mess with any of that, but a lot of this other nonsense that we have going on here, that's going to have to be fixed. Absolutely going to have to be fixed. At this junction, there's pipes that aren't even connected anymore. There's things laying about places. Oh boy, I just don't like it. I want to have a nice central area for all of our pipes to go through. I kind of made it a little tight through here. It's probably not the place we're going to be going through, but if we come straight up and around, that will be fine by me. There's a lot of things that are on this side, but most of the water supply will maybe even come across the top and go into our major water tank over here. And that water tank will probably be expanded. It'll probably go up and into space, and then whatever extra water we retain from things will just go into the background of space, and I'll be happy with that. But anyways, let's get to the most pressing matters currently, which is naming the rocket ships. So what we will be naming this one is Addo 1. And then for the other one, I don't know. What are we thinking? Maybe something a little bit more appropriate? Enterprise. Heck yeah, man. If it's a spaceship, it's the Enterprise. And then we will just leave Vessel V here, as it is. So now with the naming of the spaceships complete, Enterprise, Addo 1, and Vessel V, now it is time to jump into Addo 1 and design this spaceship. Now, I've kind of thought about it long and hard, and do I want 1, 2, or 3 dupes to go on this trip? I'm kind of leaning towards 3, but I don't know. 2 seems like a lot. So I kind of wonder if I'm going to design it with the intention of it being 3 with 3 livable space and everything like that. But Maybe I might just go with 2. There's quite a few things that we're going to need in here. We're going to need a bathroom and some beds and a couple places to eat, and we'll put them on different schedules so that they don't really overlap each other. But the other thing that we need the most of is resources. There's not going to be too much until we really start kind of cranking up with it. So we probably ought to bring ourselves some steel, some gold, and some other materials that we might need when we get over there. As far as building supplies, we should be set, I'm assuming. But in case we are not, I want to make sure that we have everything that we need to get it, squared away. We also need bristle sludge, and I've been getting them to put it back up in here. We had about 100,000 kilocalories of this. I'm not really sure. I can't remember anymore. But yeah, 152,000 kilocalories of this. So for some reason, it's only showing 38 kilograms of it. I don't know where the rest of it is. I thought that guy could reach that, but I don't know. Did I accidentally load it into one of these? I got no idea. I can't seem to find it anywhere. It just seems to be kind of gone. I don't know. But anyways, I'll find that and that'll be what it is. It's not a big deal. I can even make some more because our crops are coming in pretty soon. So we will have our first sleet wheat grown here in the very near future, as well as our bristle blossoms have been going crazy. So I think we have a ton, 390 kilocalories of bristleberry, and I don't see us needing any more than that currently. We can also probably, we are been sending the sleet wheat over, but we might want to check to double. No, we're not making frost buns. We just want to make the berry sludge as often as we can and when we need it for space and science. Yeah. Anyways, so let's get into the Atto 1 rocket, and we will design ourselves a neat little tight package for 2 dupes and then maybe 3. So this is the plan. This is the idea. So same as before with the water, we're going to cycle some water through this just to make sure everything gets nice and chilled off before we connect it to here to be in the bathroom. And then hopefully it'll just help regulate its own, temperature. Then we've set up a mini gas pump here, and I'm hoping that this will kind of satisfy what we need to satisfy by pumping into 2 Atmosuit docks right here. I haven't put the checkpoint in because I don't want people bumping in here and getting, dumping off their suits in here by accident. But that'll be the checkpoint sits right here. Whether or not that's going to work through the door, I'm not really sure, but I'm hoping that this one tile just acts like a normal tile and it's just like a weird gaming thing where it comes in here and they're like glitching into it. The bathroom is set up. We're going to have some of the pots here so that they can put their floral scent off and I don't have to worry about germs and other things. And then a party phone to make this a great hall. I believe it's a great hall. Oh, just a mess hall. So we don't need the party phone, but it's there anyways in case they want to, have a party. 2 beds because I couldn't figure out how to get a 3rd bed in here, to be honest. So either 1 dupe is going to be sitting on the floor or we'll just send both rockets there and have 4 dupes there. I don't know. It's cool by me. So then we have our berry sludge in here and we have 10 kilograms of that. So 40,000 kilocalories, meaning that we got 40 cycles once we land to kind of figure it out what it is that we need to do, want to do, and all that jazz. So I can honestly just deconstruct that, let that berry sludge sit on the floor, and I'm fine with that. The one thing that's going to be a little bit concerning is if we look at our rads, where our dupes are sleeping is barely safe. So they're going to be putting out quite a few rads as far as making, while they're sleeping. There's nothing I can really do about that because I do want to have a little bit of buffer for morale. I think I need to be able to live in this for a short time, not a long time. The big thing would be is very short amount of time. And I did not forget the rocket control station this time. as I have so many times in the past. All right, so let's load this up with oxalite and get that 500 kilograms of that in there. And then I'm going to start thinking about what else we need. I need to go ahead and start cycling through water through this piping to get it kind of cooled off. There probably is a few hot items in here. So let's go back to the outside here and let's get some of this figured out. So we're going to need a ladder system that goes up this and up to here, because we're going to need to be able to get in there. We're going to get some insulated pipe. Oh, we are out of ceramic. Whoa. I think it's because we're out of clay. Whoa. Anyways, so we'll do some insulated igneous. That should be fine. We're going to bring this down, bridge over, bring this down, and bridge over here, and bring it back down to our cool pump solution right there. So it'll just go, well, it'll just go down into here like it's supposed to. And if I could just keep from messing up, good Lord. And we will, well, a little bit of a predicament, but nothing we can't solve. So we'll come down here to get into that. And then we'll come up here to get to this one. Done. Easy peasy. Well, probably just do that and we'll deconstruct all of this. There is no reason to have that there anymore. And then bridge over and we'll start cooling off the interior as soon as some atmosphere gets put in. And it should be in short order as we did put that at a high priority. Yep, there it is. All of the oxalite we could ever want. All right, so now we're going to take that off. And we're going to say we're going to need some things like, I don't know, gold amalgam, some iron ore. Yeah, let's put about 5,000 kilos of that. And then we'll do another 5 of iron ore. So we'll just kind of load this up piece by piece, making sure that we get everything we need in here. And then once we get this thing kind of loaded up, we're probably going to skill scrub a couple of dupes. One will be a rocket pilot. And I'm thinking the other one will probably want a mechatronics engineer, because we're going to need steam turbines and some other high-end stuff right off the bat. So I think that's what we're going to need. I'm not sure exactly, but we'll figure that out here in a bit. All right, guys, so we have been busy. So a few things that we've been doing in the background have been pretty significant, to be honest with you. We ran into a few problems, had some things happen, and had to solve another problem with the rockets. But first, let's start off with the hot rocks are finished. We are trying to cool off this last little bit of steam that has just kind of escaped. What I have done is just made a bunch of coal, because we have billions and billions of tons of coal. Just put a bunch of coal temp shift plates in here, making it rain, and then pumping this water as it gets loaded up over here into our salt tank, which will eventually turn into oxygen. Nah, I don't care enough to actually try to get this out of here. It is what it is. So that is one thing that we've done. The next thing, I had to rebuild our research. Why, you might ask? Well, we had to research some things to get ourselves into the next kind of way to get out into space a little farther. I needed to research a few things that I had not completed as of yet, mainly the bigger, more improved propulsion. So this is basically the large petroleum engine. We had been using the small one the most of the time, and I decided that it was time to get the bigger one. Why? Well, just because we could, and it took forever. It took forever because it needed like almost all of its research in the nuclear side of things, the applied science part of things. So then once we started doing that, I decided, well, why not go ahead and research the nuclear reactors and try to get the rad propulsion engine as well at the same time. But that also meant that we had to research this stuff for whatever reason. I really don't want any of these things. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I've never used these, and nor have I ever thought of anyone who has ever used this before. But you know what? It's there. It's part of it. It's great. I mean, eventually we're going to have to get into this and this and this and this. And okay, you know, it's a lot of things. So I researched that. That was the next thing I had to wait on. So we had to rebuild this. And I don't think that we have any uranium anymore to make more rad bolts, but we do have a couple biomes to destroy if we would ever need to. We can just kind of chip away at a few little pieces of it and call it good. Okay, and that leads me to the next thing, designing Atto 1. This took me forever to get right. I kept making mistakes, and then there was other things, and I was trying to load things up, and we've got glass in here at 120 degrees, and then it was getting too hot, and then I had to cool it off, and then it was too cold, so then I had to do something else to warm it up, and oh, it was a whole song and dance. This has taken forever, and it's still not 100% right. I would prefer it to be a little cooler when we take off, and we can cool this back off if we so desire. But it's the glass, the molten glass, that is killing us on our temperature. It's just too much. I was trying to heat it up with this metal tile. I was trying to get it to not transfer heat, but then for some reason, these leads atmosuit docks were getting out a bunch of heat. There was a bunch of stuff, and then the oxygen, this doesn't seem to ever want to be stable, and I was pumping it into these, and this thing didn't have whatever. But the reason that we researched all the things that we did, and the reason that we designed this the way we did, was because it gave us the ability to have larger rockets, and that's all that matters. So now we have a whole bunch of oxalite and a whole bunch of fuel and a really big rocket, allowing us to make even bigger rockets. Because what I realized after building my first two rockets was I had no battery module. So when we land, the solar panels don't work. They don't get solar. And it's not because of the fact that this was closed or open, because I tried that and it just didn't seem to work. It needs the battery module here to continue to work. So that all being said, and everything being done, we are finally ready to launch. Oh, man, you would not believe the amount of time that it took to do all this. I'm actually in my second day. This is not even recording on the same day that I started this because it took so long. The research took forever. The getting this together took forever. And oh my gosh, what a song and dance. It was great. I love it. Oxygen not included. Never a dull moment. So now we have to choose two dupes to skill scrub, one to turn into a pilot, the other one not to be a pilot. And then we'll get to our new planet and we'll start deconstructing it. The big thing is we got to make sure that we have enough food and oxygen right off the bat. So whatever we got to do once we get on there to get that done, we will have a few resources to get started with. But who are our dupes going to be? Well, let's figure that out. So our dupes of choice are going to be Rocky and employee number 1. They both have a love for suit wearing, which is something that we're probably going to need kind of at the beginning because they're going to be living in the rocket, and I need their morale as best as I can get it, and still with as much gap as I possibly can, because they're not going to be eating anything delicious for the good little bit. We're going to have to get over there, establish a colony, and just get them going as soon as possible. Now that is going to put a little bit of a boost in our calorie count, but we'll deal with that in the long run. We basically have about 40 cycles and 35 to be safe, because we can always bring them back to basically get the colony together and done. So here they go. Employee Rocky and employee number 1 are about to be the best of friends. We're actually gonna get them a little bit up in their skills. We'll probably give them suit wearing to get them to the rocket, and then from there one of them will have to be a rocket pilot. So under skills, the rocket piloting, well, I guess you have to do rocket piloting, and then we'll do the exosuit, and that is it. And then we'll do the same thing with Rocky, and then we'll crew them up in our ship, and we will prepare ourselves to leave. So We're going to change the crew. We're going to do employee 1 and Rocky. So Rocky and employee 1, and we're going to crew. And then we're going to have to do some things. We're going to have to open up these doors here and dig out just a little bit of space. Probably about that much. So as soon as those doors are open and as soon as this thing is dug out, we will launch ourselves to space and get ourselves to the next planet. All right, we are done. Our top is cleared. We have our switch engaged again. We have opened all of these. Let's launch this ship. All right, so what we need to do is, let's see, destination set. How do I do that again? Change the destination. We're going to put it to there. Now we got everything engaged. We are rocking and rolling. Things are pre-launch is looking pretty good. I think that we probably ought to try to stop these guys from coming in here for the short term. So what we will do is we'll hurry up and try to get all this built up and put in place before we launch this ship. That way we don't, scold anyone, because that would be a bad thing. All right, here we go. Begin launch sequence. Boy, the anticipation was killing me so much I didn't get the word right. There we go again. Into space. Fantastic. Let's close this door and prepare for the next meteor shower. All right. So here we are on the star map, and they are heading over to Toxiol to land on here. Now, this could go one of two ways. It could be really, really bad, or it might be kind of okay. We got to get a ladder up to the top so that they can get in and out. So that's the first thing to be concerned about. Now, you might say in the comments down below, why didn't you just teleport over there? Well, where's the fun in that? I can teleport a third dupe over there, which I very well may do. I have no idea at this point. But in, the kind of not so distant future, we'll just go ahead and try to see what it's like to land on one. As I've never landed on another planet and all those sorts of things, Addo1 is doing a great job. So we'll see. How's everything looking in here? A little bit of CO2, not a big deal. How's our temperature? I can only imagine it's only getting hotter and hotter. I tried to put the coldest of water in here to mitigate the transfer of heat and all that stuff, but it just wasn't going to happen. So they'll just have to suffer for just a little bit. I mean, it's only 34, 35. It might be a little warm, but it'll be fine. I mean, I'm sure sleeping right next to this, it's like having a heater, your own heated blanket. It's fantastic. Okay, so we are in orbit around Toxiol, and I think if I was looking this over as they were flying, if I understand this correctly, all I have to do is say pilot, deploy, and we're going to deploy him right here? Is that going to work? Uh-oh. Toxiol, there we go. There he is. And Rocky is in place. He has oxygen, I hope. So what we're going to do is deconstruct this. And we need to build a rocket platform, which means metal, 800 kilograms. So 800 kilograms of refined metal, and we should be good. We should have what we need to build a platform. I have no idea what this is going to give me. This is 400. So if I bring the other guy down, we should be good. But I need to clean out a little bit of space here. So we'll have Rocky go ahead and dig across here, get that kind of done. I'm sure I could wiggle my way down in here and figure that out. But we have a steam geyser. What's the temps look? Oh yeah, it's green in there. Fantastic. This thing probably didn't start going off, as you can see, until we got here. So I only can imagine. All right, so now we need to go back to our ship. Actually, back to the star map. Grab this. not abandon ship. Select employee 1, deploy, and we'll deploy him in the same spot. And then go back to Toxiol, have him land down. Here he comes. Deconstruct this immediately. And then get our rocket platform ready. And I know we'll probably end up melting. Okay. Hello, uproot? No? Then just dig it out, please. I know we'll probably end up melting the majority of what is this ice, but that'll give us a good start on, you know, like having water in the area. Okay, so then we'll have to figure out what our next thing is. We'll probably come down here and get some of this stuff right here. So let me get some dig commands going so that we can get down here and get some sedimentary rock to build with, because this is what we're going to need to build our ladder system with. And look at all that juicy gold amalgam. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have gold amalgam again. So yeah, let's get this dug out. So now we have to go back to the star map. We need to change to Toxiol. I want to make sure my dupes stay out of the way when this happens. Here comes our rocket ship. How close is that to space? Oh man, we got real close. And how much fuel did we burn? Not that much. That is awesome. Okay, we're here. It's like a whole new base that we get to build all over again. Let's get some sedimentary rock so that we can get over here and up to the platform. And we'll have that built in a high priority. Oh, dang it. In a very high priority, so that everything else does not get done. Yeah, they're hungry. They're probably ready to go to the bathroom, but you just got to be careful, guys. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll get there, hopefully, in a reasonable amount of time. With both of you doing this, it should go pretty quickly? Question mark? So I cannot wait to get started in getting this place kind of like figured out. We got some water here. We could probably try to make a quick little liquid lock so that we don't lose anything down here. But it does seem like it is a yucky planet full of nothing. Like I said, it probably was full of stuff, except here we go. We got polluted oxygen. I don't know what this is. There's regular oxygen, ethanol. Oh, that's going to come in handy. Dash sulfide. What even is that? It's a good thing I brought some reed fiber, but we've got some thimble reeds growing here, so that's good. Anything else of interest? Entropy thermal nullifier. That's fantastic. All right, so they made it back into the spaceship. Fantastic. So now they can do whatever it is that they want, whatever it is that they need. So the first thing we're going to do is give them some skills. So the first skills that we're going to have on Rocky and them are going to be some hard digging. We need to be able to get in, and we'll have super hard digging for Rocky. Employee, well, you're just going to just do those things until we can get some food going and get some other things. So what do we want to do? I think I'm going to make a ladder system and a liquid lock right here. And that way it keeps everything else in here, but we are definitely going to want to insulate this in real fast. I just want to jump over here and insulate. Done. So that's the first thing I think we should do. So new ladder system, we will go right here. And then we will take some sedimentary rock and make ourselves a nice new liquid lock. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe like so. and then get into this new base as quickly as we can. So let me get most of this going, and I will be right back with you. All right, so we're getting our first ladder system in place. We're gonna probably come straight down here, and we're gonna use this area over here to just kind of live in for the short term. And then we're gonna put a big polluted water mixture of water stuff right here. Now, I was gonna build the base kind of like right in this area, but then I was looking at this wrecked satellite, and holy cow, that thing is putting off a crazy amount of radiation. Like, it's actually not good. That's not good at all. But anyways, let's inspect this thing and see what it says. All right, view the entry. Holy cow, that is a lot to read. Huh. More research. Well, let's see here. Okay, so I read through this, and basically it's talking about Gravitas having a product hit to market, and they got a bunch of new hires, and then he's like a mentor, and it's kind of that kind of thing. I don't know. If you want to pause the video and read this particular passage, be my guest if you haven't read it already. But basically, it's just kind of giving you some backstory. Now, there's also a piece here that's the undiscovered, more research. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to rummage it. I'm not even going to come close to it because, oh, I can demolish it though. Oh, so I can live over there if I decide I want to. I don't know why I wouldn't demolish it. It does seem like a great idea, but anywho, let's get back to building our water tank. So we're going to put in a water tank right here, try to kind of push this water over and get it where we want it, get it out of our ladder system. It is, I'll be honest with you, it is incredibly nice having dupes in suits that can just do the work. So, oh, that's so cool. But I do want to kind of check in over here, make sure everything is going as it should. Things aren't kind of like, you know, blowing up. So we have 21 dupes still. Nobody's starving. Calories are great. Probably get a boost in calories for the short term. And it seems like this is going well. We had our first harvest of sleet wheat, but unfortunately, we turned it all into frost buns. I didn't really want to do that. I want to try to turn some of these into berry sludge. I want to do another, like, I don't know, 50 of them as soon as I get a chance. So I'm going to let it bring the sleet wheat from, I guess, from here into a refrigerator. That is kind of the plan for right now. I want to put it here so that they can, this particular guy can sweep that up and put it into that. Maybe do, I don't know, 5 or 10 at a time. And that way we can have the stuff that we need for that. How much power is on this? Yeah, we can afford to do a little bit of that. So anyways, I want to try to put some sleet wheats in there just because I want to. Now we are getting hatches that are still here. They're going to grow up. They're going to die. It's not going to be a thing, but we do have tons of stuff that we can send over from Toxiol over here. It's going to be a good time. I cannot wait. So we'll probably send over a lot of the materials that we're going to be using on our base. We could ship them over into this thing and get them into our old base. I really don't know how much of this I really want to live on. Like I said, I believe there was an iron volcano. I don't really need that. And I don't think that there's fossil here. I mean, we have lots of iron ore. We have some uranium. That's kind of nice. But I don't really see the need to be here. I just want to harvest it for its resources. Yep, complete exploitation. It's a terrible thing. I don't feel guilty about it, though. Just because we don't have any polluted water over there, we don't have a lot of things. I'm thinking we're probably just going to destroy this place to the ground, set up some kind of power. I don't know what kind of renewable power that we can use. The steam, maybe we will tame the volcano just so that we get some power to do whatever it is that we're doing. Maybe we'll send some, we have some ethanol. We could probably get all that ethanol into one spot and run some generators for a while. But Yeah, we'll figure out the power thing in the near future, but this is us just trying to get going. I don't know how much calories do we have. We have 24 more days of calories according to this. So we need to get something. The swamp chart is the right now eats. I know that. What is this? A sample jar. Oh boy. Okay, so there's a little bit of back and forth between the director and Brozard. What a bro dude. We're gonna inspect this. What is this? A cryo tank. Cryo tank has 3,000, has enough battery to remain for 6,000 years. Oh my gosh. Defrost a friend. Huh. Well, we'll see about that in a minute. Another brain jar. Oh, another log entry. Well, this one's kind of a short one. Strawberries, huh? All right, cool. A shelf. All kinds of things. So we could zip our guys back if we need to, or ship some things over as we need to. So anyways, let me get some more things kind of squared away here, because we are kind of not really doing a good job of it. And I will pop back in when something awesome happens. So we've decided to operate these teleporters so that we can have a few items, because there's no sand or filtration median on this entire map. They have, oh, well, we finally got some regolith. We must have had a meteor shower, but there wasn't any before, and there was no way that I could do anything. Like, I was thinking, how am I going to get this oxygen slime lunged and liquid lock? And as you can see, our dupes are no longer in suits because our suit dock station got destroyed because we made it out of lead foolishly. And so we still have our Atmo suits, but we don't have anything else. And so I'm trying to put together a real quick base here so that we can live here. We have a lot of calories, so it's not like, you know, anything is getting, we won't be able to survive here. But the thing is I got to figure out how to get some not polluted oxygen, because these guys, they got soggy feet, they're slime lungs, there's all kinds of just awful terribleness that they're having to deal with, and I'm not happy with it. I'd like to have a nice clean area with their suits again so that they can get back to doing the things that they're doing now. Secondly, I'm super paranoid over here, and I've been trying to get this thing just downsized because we have 45,000 kilos of carbon dioxide pooled up here. Yeah, probably needing to do something about that. So we're gonna put some we're getting some molten slickster because it is getting very hot in here. It's actually getting a little too hot in here. I'd like to try to figure out a way to kind of regulate that temperature, and it may be using a second aqua tuner up here. Power doesn't seem to be a problem. To be honest with you, I don't even think that these guys have kicked on probably at all in the last few cycles, and the heat is still getting churned up here. But yeah, we're trying to get down here to get the last little bit of this igneous rock to have ourselves a bit of stuff to use as we so need to. I'm just building this down just to get down here. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna cut away any of this rock because this rock is still pretty warm in a lot of places, and it's still transferring that heat now nicely. I think we really were just eating too much of this heat up. Probably 2 of these, maybe a third one on top, or 3 on either side, something like that would have been better than doing 8. I mean, my envision was to have, you know, 18 of these or something crazy, but I don't think that that would have been a good idea. Looking back on geothermal power, it was good to get us through the mid-game hump, but now that we're on petroleum, I mean, I don't see any sense of it. I'm still trying to do a little bit of kind of maintenance-y type things on this side of the base, but I'm telling you, I'm playing the game a little bit slower than I normally do. This episode is probably going to be a little late getting out, probably Saturday for sure. But I'm just trying to get some things situated just because I know in the spaceship here in the capsule, I have 6 days worth of supplies. I think I'm going to take these guys off of Berry Sludge. And when I do, it's probably going to be pretty bad. We're going to have some really stressed out guys. I mean, the stress is getting up to 9 right now. It's not that bad. As soon as I figure out, get some of this gone, I think it'll be a lot better. So I think the employee, no, Rocky is the worst because he's having to go down into this and dig these things out. He's pretty much the only digger. I could transport one over, but I don't really want to. Now with this done and some regolith that we have up here, which I don't really want to go and do the regolith if I don't have to, just because I'm afraid they'd get hit by a meteor and then that would be the end of our dupes. So I'm going to transport some sand over so I can get some things going on this side. We'll try to make a basic base right here. We'll make this our highest of priorities and try our best to get it all figured out. We can start sieving some water and things of that nature. The polluted water, I don't believe it has germs in it. It's just the slime lung that we have to contend with. And if I can do it right, I can filter it all out and get that back into our Atmos suits, do a liquid lock, and then boom, we're back in business. But that requires some power, and I think for power, we're probably just going to send over some coal. It's not like we don't have enough of this stuff. Okay, so we started transporting over the sand. There's not much sand left here. It's about 1,000 kilos here. The sand is coming across here. I was sending over about 5,000 kilos of it. So I was hoping that we could get the deodorizers going and then see how much algae we have over here. I don't know if there is any algae over here. Well, there's polluted dirt and some mud and boom, lots of algae. Great. So we can come up here and kind of harvest this algae to get us going on our kind of oxygen production to begin with. I'm going to put the liquid lock here, seal this off, seal that off. And then I don't think that temperature is going to be too much of a problem for the foreseeable future. But what we'll do is we'll do like a little insulated algae kind of oxygen maker over here. I'll figure something out. Like I said, the next thing I'm going to start transporting over now that that is done is coal. I want lots of coal over here. Probably a good, I don't know, we'll probably max out the coal here and make this, what it's supposed to be. Oh, so yeah, we'll put that at a high priority. We'll get the dupes to put the coal in here. I don't know why it didn't save it, but anyways, consumable ore. Oops, not all of them. Coal. Boom. So then we'll transport some coal over. Maybe, like I said, we'll put a good 20,000 over there. That'll get them kickstarted on their power, because right now all we got for power is just this manual generator. And I put 2 transformers in here. I mean, this is going to be kind of a basic base as far as just getting things done. As soon as we get things kind of established, how I would prefer to have them, then what we'll do is we will probably transfer over another dupe just to help take this place out. We might even bring over a second rocket ship and all that stuff. We have the steel to do it. I just got to bring it over. I don't really want to do anything with this ship unless I absolutely have to. I do have this pump in this water. That way we can have a little bit of clean water when we need it, because we're going to have to put in a bathrooms and stuff like that. They can continue to use the bathrooms up there, but actually, I don't even know how much water do we have. Oh, we got tons of water left. So we got plenty of water to get by here if we absolutely have to. But having the dupes keep going up into the rocket, it's just a stretch of time that they have to waste to go up there, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to probably bring the base up to eventually here, square it off, and then oxygen production and all that stuff. We'll get that going. Oh, there's a coal generator right over there and some batteries. Very nice. But I got to be honest, I'm really, really cutting it long on time. There will probably be quite a bit of film that hits the floor this time. I definitely just really didn't quite think this would be quite the undertaking that it has become. I I really wanted this to kind of be a little smoother, but it's not overly complicated. I just have to really slow down and micromanage the crap out of this. So it's just one of those things. It's going to take a lot of time to do. I've never done this before, go into another planet. So this is the part of the DLC that I have not done. Coming to another planet, making sure that the dupes, it's really kind of nice because it's like dupes get stuck. Boy, I'm glad we saw that. But it's really kind of nice because of the fact that it's like you're starting all over again, but you're not really starting over again because you have all the tech that you could possibly need. Like if we want to do a self-powered oxygen maker with this polluted water, we can totally do it. We have the sieves, we have the gold amalgam, we have everything we need to do the self-powered oxygen maker here. And it might be the course that we go. We could pop it in somewhere small, just do a tiny one, like a half Rodriguez. They're really easy. They fit within a block here. It's probably the best option over here is to do the half Rodriguez. So, but maybe, I don't know, we'll probably strap it onto the side here. I don't know. That is a problem for future Addo. So anyways, this is probably where we're going to cut it out. I wish I could have got a little bit farther along on this particular base, but yeah, we're gonna have to come at this in full boat over here. I would say that the original base is done. Like I think that it's pretty much squared away that I don't have to come back and forth too much. I just have to make sure that the dupes have something to keep themselves busy. One of the things that we did to keep them busy was pipe out this CO2 all the way up because of two reasons. Reason number one, this is getting really hot. We're going to have to figure out a solution for that, like a secondary minor cooling loop that's up here. The other thing I did is it was getting not enough steam up here, and this thing was getting really, really hot. I mean, it's still 149 degrees, so that is pretty warm. I don't know how much warmer it will get, but so the two things I told it to do is sense some steam, if there's steam here, and the correct amount of pressure here to turn those things on. I may have to do something. I may have to do more than that because the steam is getting very high pressure and it's not getting down here very much. I may have to move that gas sensor up here to here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe over onto this side. So that way it's still pumping out and still giving us what we need. It's not like we need the power. I just want to make sure that everything up here stays comfortable because we're probably going to have to put, like I said, a second thermal aqua tuner here and have it cooling off this. Maybe I don't know. We definitely need to think about that. If you know what to do, just leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear your suggestions on making this better or, making this better because we're at a point now, they're just kind of finishing up this polluted tank and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I'm rambling as I always do. I do apologize. If you did like what you see today, please don't forget to like and subscribe as it does help the channel out. Hit the notification bell so you can be alerted of any time any oxygen not included or some other content gets uploaded. There's hit one of the buttons at the end of the screen so you can see what else we've been playing, and don't forget to keep gaming for the love of games. Bye now.